So I just sort of made a bit of a visual diary. I also am very open to people just shouting out questions. I feel like it's generative for me. So this is an image. Actually, what I should also say is that all of the drawings that I did up in the north will be on view as of tomorrow in my exhibition at Paul Petro Contemporary Art. So that opens at 7 o'clock tomorrow. And they're all of the works that I did in Kinngait, the drawing works, are up in the upstairs space. So this is one of those pieces. And so, yes, I was immediately taken by the landscape. It is far, far above the tree line. There are no trees. But there is a constant contour to the land, and there is an incredible texture and color and ground cover that is so unique. I would say I've never seen anything like it before, and I'd heard of the term Arctic fir. And that is what this is a depiction of. And I just happened to be there at the time of year that this was everywhere and in bloom. I don't know what the actual, because this is like the seed pod, right? I don't know what the actual bloom looks like. I have seen photographs of that purple ground cover. I don't believe that is this. So anyway, just, every aspect of the landscape was magical to me and immediately inspiring. So this was just the first study that I did. Here is the shining building on the hill. And this is very, very prominent in the town. You sort of see it centrally, definitely as you fly in, but it is sort of visible everywhere. It's a beautiful blue building.
Might be part of the reason why we're negotiating a relation with IKEA.
No, it's a really, really remarkable building, and the inside, the interior walls are I think the whole interior is what wood is it? What is the wood? Anyway, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, and that was for warmth. So.
Was that okay? So yeah, again, just inspiring landscape.
And what were the dates you were there?
I was there September 21st to October 5th. Yeah, I got in and out without any...
Yeah, the only person in the last decade.
And I was sort of at the end hoping for another day or two, but I need to, yeah.
And while you were there, did you experience like the coming darkness of the season, like closer?
Yeah,
okay.
Sure, yeah.
Right.
But although it was like, I was super surprised at how balmy it was. But again, the climate is changing everywhere, and that is also in the north. But I really, it was also bizarre to be, it was like, I think the 1st of October, and it was 30 degrees in Regina. And I was calling home to like brag that it was like +7. It's like, Zach, it's 32 here. So anyway, it's changing everywhere. But that was also something that was very strange to me, because I think when we had talked about it, you said like usually there's a bit of snow. There had been absolutely nothing. But the change in the weather is also quite extraordinary, because it could be super, super balmy, bright day, and then an hour later it's super foggy and super windy. And the foggier it gets, the windier it gets. And generally, my experience of fog is sort of calmness.
Still, yes.
But this was very, very different. So really, different experience of the world for sure. So this was where I lived. This is the A-frame, which is very cozy and very large. And this was like, a stone's throw from where I was working. It truly is a community center. Like it is there for people to work. Everyone is working, doing like really, really hard work, 8 hours a day. But people just come and hang out as well. Community, lots of young kids come. Just sort of, I think some of them have family members that are part of the collective, so they just sort of come and hang out. More Arctic fir. And yeah, how I sort of respond to a new place is I just have to jump into drawing. So this is just a detail of one of the pastel drawings that is in the exhibition that opens tomorrow. This was the first drawing that I did And there's just, this was the beginnings of my table, which ended up very, very filthy. Everyone was very glad that I covered it completely with plastic. When I paint, when I work with sculpture, I'm fastidious and very clean, and when I work with pastel, I'm filthy. It's everywhere. The studios are fastidiously clean, so I was a little worried, but Audrey was very, very patient with me. And I was also right next to Audrey, so if I was like overstepping, she would have said, "Stop that."
Put your coffee
Oh
on
God!
the table surface.
Yes, I did that a couple times, and I've had disasters putting coffee.
You look at the
on my-
signs that tell you not to or no to trucks. So
Right.
that's on you.
So I got a pass. And so so many magical things, but one really magical thing that happened was that Chabava Manami, he just approached me. I think on day 3, I had finished my first drawing, the one that I just showed. And he came over and he said, I really like the way you work with your material. Do you think you would maybe be interested in working in stone cut? And that was something that was not necessarily going to happen. We knew that we were doing a print run, that we were going to do a lithograph, but this is one of the reasons I think why William said, let's just leave things open, things will just happen. And Chababa said, I'd really love to learn about some of your methods with your materials. Do you think you might want to do a wood or a stone cut? And I was just like, yes, of course. So he taught me his methods, and I diligently photographed, took some notes. Is certainly something that I want to do again. I think I really responded to it and to the task and to his generosity. And I absolutely loved the entire process, how physical it is. And yeah, we just worked together over a couple of days. This was the first project in printmaking that I did, first of 2. No, this is just after pulling the first print. With this print run, it's a diptych, so each one will have 2. But I have a couple of ideas for upcoming exhibitions where I'd like to think about this image repeating as an installation, perhaps like a wallpaper or something that might fill a room. Again, this is the inspiration from the land. This was one of the beautiful ground cover, just one blade of this beautiful plant. And then this is the lithograph. Again, another process that I had never worked with before. This is on a film, ink on a film, and again, entirely of the inspiration from the land, and from the type of drawing that I was seeing. Of course, that I already know from the West Baffin Collective. But one thing that I wasn't aware of was Chauvinai's pebbles and her work with really, really, really fine, small. I didn't know that work, so that was really interesting to find out. Because I've been working with with ditches and with going very, very microscopic into the earth, very, very close. For quite some time, so that was really wonderful to discover. So here's just a scale reference, and there's a nerdy picture of me working late in the studio, as you can see, all alone. And there's I think that's the first pull, or this is the approve, yeah. My approving hand. Niviaxi, and
Salamani.
Salama.
Salama,
Yeah. And this was in the process of choosing the color of paper and the color of the ink, which we wanted to relate to my distinct blue drawings, I guess. And here's the film. And then, basically in the last couple of days, we sort of just opened up the space. I was working with Chavava, and a number of the other artists just sort of wandered over, and we kind of just shared a bit of knowledge on the last couple of days. And I think we also opened it up. We had talked we went on the radio,
That's right.
and we sort of opened my studio table up to the community to come and just see what I'd been doing. I also taught a class, I think it was grade 7 to grade 11?
I think so, yeah.
For one of the cultural days. And that was also a really eye-opening experience, because I sort of describe Kinngait as being like the most, in terms of relation to the arts and creativity, it's such a high per capita. Everyone has a story about, everyone is a drawer. There was absolutely zero, it took zero for me to motivate them, to get them to draw, all of them. And they all had a story about their grandparents or their parents or their uncles. They're all part of the collective, or they're all drawers, they're all makers. So that was remarkable. So people were wandering through from the community, but also Shuv and I and Chavava, we're just sort of working side by side and playing around with the materials. And then on the Saturday, the day before I left, we mounted an exhibition of works that I had made and some recent works that I brought with me, and had a little exhibition.
You had the help of Dr. Isabel Gaff.
Yes, Isabel, and I couldn't find, I found an image of you, but I couldn't find an image of Isabel from
Hi,
the.
by the way.
Oh. And I think there might be. Yeah. Also, I am. I find myself very interested in the architecture as well, and the particularity of color that's used. It is very northern. Yeah. So these are all things that are still swirling around, and I plan to let them swirl for a long time before I maybe jump into how I might use this experience next. I know I want to do several large-scale works based on my experience of the land, but also I will be. Oh yeah, sorry, just some other sights of the dogs. They're everywhere. They're adorable. They're so sweet. I mean, look at that. How could I not? And I think that's no. There's one more. Just leave it here on this. Oh no. This extraordinary image. But I will be working on actually that on that last day as well of working in the studio. Chavava actually suggested collaborative drawings. So we're going to work between our two studios, between the distance of Regina and Kinngait, and that will start probably in the next couple of months. And so we'll see how that time and space, what that creates, what that does. I'm very excited for it. Yeah, speaking about, I think I mentioned working with similar materials in new ways. There's one drawing that really, well, all of them excited me, but one in particular about the way in which I use the material, the graphite and the pastel together. And I think that will probably be the first large-scale work that I jump into that will be based on my time in Kinngait. That will be basically just pastel and graphite. So I'm very excited for that. And then also these collaborative works with Chavava, and just to see where that takes us. Yeah. So any other questions?
Keep going through and then we'll move into the other room, and then.
Okay, cool. So I think this is the last slide. This was I tried to get a video. I had a video of us of the plane taking off, and the instructions being both in English, French, and in Inuktitut, which was really, really remarkable. That was like my welcome, I felt. But also flying Canadian North, is it Canadian North? Yeah.
With the warm cookie.
Yeah, I mean, I had a great experience, but I talked to other people.
And the special coffee?
What's that?
The special coffee?
Yeah, the special coffee with, no, it's I mean, you know, you're,
Hit advance. I don't think you're finished, are you?
No, it's done.
what's this?
Is it-
No, yes, I think,
Oh, you are?
oh, no, sorry,
There you
this is, oh, no, I'm not done yet, that's right, thank you, I'm sorry. So, this is Shuvanaya Shunam, and I was just on this side of her, and I really felt that I had arrived when she put her jacket on top of my drawings. Which is apparently, so she'll just take her jacket off and just put it. So I just felt, felt like this was, I think, day 2 or 3. Yeah.
Now you're
It
done.
was lovely. What's that?
Now you're done.
Now I'm done. This is the
Get in
outro.
there.
This is the outro.
Do the Q&A casual discussion with Zachary, and I'll be right back with something special.
That's good.
Is this a print or a drawing?
Lithograph, based on the drawing. So Nikki Foxy did the litho. Amazing job.
I signed it. I signed
In red.
because it's
I was just saying Zachary doesn't sign his work, but Chris will be exception.
Prince is the exception. I was told that after I did my first print with Robert Jaskowski, because it was the first print I'd ever done in my life. And I said, you have to. There's none of this drawer shit. You have to.
I mean, if your drawing isn't a signature in itself, then what is, right?
Truly.
And how many are in the edition?
50, yeah.
The traditional 50.
And is stone lithography something you want to pursue again? Or
Yes,
try?
absolutely. Yeah, I will, for sure. Like I said, I took a lot of photographs, I took detailed notes. I think I would love to, I know that I can connect with the print studios at the University of Regina, where I previously was a professor. And so I probably will venture out, find some materials, start working on it. And then maybe if Chava's open to it, we'll do some Zooms and you can tell me what you know, it's such a remarkable process, and so what I love about it is the precision and the dexterity that you need. And so it's, I was learning as I was doing, and I feel like that first print, I was rather awkward at the beginning, but I think I'm very happy with that print as well. But yeah, I definitely, even just for my own peace of mind, would love to have maybe Chava in the room for an hour, and you know, just even over Zoom.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Okay.
And this piece is simply titled Kinngait.
There we go.
So,
There's still booze.
yeah.
There are clean glasses, otherwise we'll wash them.
I'm gonna hang out if anyone has
Thank you.
questions or anything. Thank you very much for coming.